We are taking the sign out of the window. We know the old order is not coming back.
It was a good speech, but it was a speech. We need to see what sort of policies follow from this.
It's been 2 days since Prime Minister Carney's impassioned speech that made waves at the World Economic Forum, as the Prime Minister made a clear statement to President Trump that Canada is exploring alternative trade options. So how do people in Winnipeg feel about Carney's strategy navigating trade with the United States?
I don't think he's any good at it. I think he should have stayed home.
You got to try to have diplomacy with your neighbor, but obviously that's not something, he doesn't feel like that's something they're necessarily looking for. So, I was kind of moved by his speech.
I don't think Trump does very well for us either, but he's not wrong when he says that we rely on them. We really do. And until we actually get something happening with other countries, have our export markets opened up, we really don't have a choice.
There really is no deal to be had.
University of Manitoba political science professor Brian Peeler says he thinks Carney's strategy, opening dialogue with China and pushing partnerships with other middle powers, is sound, given how volatile and unpredictable talks with the U.S. have been.
I think these are the right things to do because, as we've seen over the last several months, that deals that Mr. Trump negotiates aren't going to stay in place when he changes his mind. When he changes his mind quite often.
Great powers have begun using economic integration as weapons. Tariffs as leverage, financial infrastructure as coercion, supply chains as vulnerabilities to be exploited.
Well, some Winnipeggers say they feel Carney's speech had a resounding impact on where Canada stands globally. Others want action over words.
We need strong wording and kind of try to pull the countries that are feeling the same way together and be united in this.
We're years away from ever having anything happen, and to me it's just a lot of rhetoric and talk.
Again, we'll have to see how these things play out in the future. It's always what happens with policy afterwards.
In Winnipeg, Huband, City News.